All right, school districts around the country are dealing with staffing shortages related to COVID. And in New Mexico, that means bringing in the National Guard to help out in the classroom. NBC News correspondent Gadi Schwartz joins us now with more on this. Gadi, good morning. So catch us up on how bad the situation, or how the situation, came about in New Mexico and how schools have been reacting to the National Guard's deployment.
Hey, good morning, Joe. Yeah, this is really the result of this long-standing teacher shortage made exponentially worse by the pandemic. Now, for decades, really, teachers in New Mexico have been leaving the profession in droves because of low salaries and what a lot of educators say was just not enough support in the classroom. And now in the last 5 or so years, salaries in New Mexico have started to creep up a little bit, but then the pandemic hit and that teacher shortage shot up in a huge way. We're talking about 500 open positions in the classroom last year to over 1,000 in a single year, which represents about 20,000 students without a permanent teacher in the classroom. And on top of that, you've got a massive substitute teacher shortage as well, especially now with Omicron spreading. So for school districts like the one in Los Lunas, who have been seeing some mornings where 25% of the entire staff are out because they have COVID or are isolating, the National Guard soldiers have been almost a godsend. Here's what the superintendent, Arsenio Romero, told me a little bit earlier.
I'm super excited about it. We have 2 National Guards assigned to Los Lunas schools. I've got to talk and meet with both of them. They are exceptional individuals. They both come to us with a professional background themselves. They come to us with life skills, so I am very grateful for them to be here. This will really allow them to build culture with the school, really be a part of this community and truly embrace that guest teacher role that they're going to be in.
Those are just 2 of the 50 guardsmen that have been certified to help out so far, mostly in rural school districts. Joe?
And Gadi, members of the National Guard, I don't think very many of them would say they signed up expecting to teach anyone in a classroom. You got to speak with some of them. How do they feel about this?
They're pretty excited, actually. They say that when they saw that call, they raised their hand right away. In fact, one of the National Guard's members that we spoke to was sitting in a math class, and I asked her about that math class, and she said, actually, I graduated here 5 years ago, and I took this math class and then had the same teacher. And so that teacher was out for the day, and I asked her if the teacher knew that his former student was teaching the math class, and she said, no, I'm just taking his lesson plans and executing orders here and making sure that the kids learn. But she was very excited to be giving back to her community and her high school that she graduated from. And so that's what we're seeing in a lot of these different school districts, especially these rural school districts. The National Guard is trying to team up their members with school districts where those National Guard soldiers are a part of. And so a lot of it is about those soldiers giving back to the communities where they live.
And Gadi, real quick, what do the students think about it?
Well, the students are excited to be back in class. So this is 2 years into the pandemic. Many of them have spent most of their high school career in virtual learning. And so for some, they say that, it's nice when the National Guard soldiers don't wear their uniform. For others, they do like seeing the uniform. And so in the high school, we're seeing the National Guard soldiers, at least some of the National Guard soldiers, dressing down. So it just seems like just a normal, everyday sub. But a lot of these kids, unfortunately, are used to seeing subs. In New Mexico, that teacher shortage has had a sub situation for quite some time. So they say if it's soldiers in the classroom that keeps them in the classroom, they're all for it. Joe?
All right. Gadi, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.